DJ and PK, don't miss your chance to win big every week on the KSL Sports Zone. This week, you can win a pair of tickets to see Leonard Skinner to the Utah State Fair. Tickets include fair admission. Get it now at utahstatefair.com or listen to the KSL Sports Zone all day for your chance to win. Win tickets Wednesdays. Fabulous. Awesome prizes all over the place. DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We just heard from David Locke. Brendan Haywood is going to join us here in a few minutes. 14-year NBA veteran will get his take on the draft and the Jaylen Brown trade rumors, and that really seems to be the story of the morning. Now that the draft is done and Giannis has been traded, all eyes turn to Boston. It's like there's just this pecking order with free agents and trades. No one wants to move. We got to keep all the powder dry until we see what happens to this guy. And now we know Giannis to Miami. Okay, Brown's up next. Now what? How much can the Celtics wring out of everybody? And really, it comes down to the Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell trades because the standard has been set. So the ask is at 4 first-round draft picks. And go. Maybe draft swaps will become more important than picks. You can have more draft swaps, I think, and not knowing how this new lottery is going to work out and all that, just have the ability to move up as far as possible every time you can.
Well, I'm always reluctant to give up draft picks because that's the future.
It is. Cheapest players for the longest period of time. DJ PK, and now Brendan Haywood joins us, 14-year NBA veteran. You see him on NBA TV. He's college basketball TV analyst as well. Brendan, good morning.
How you doing, guys? Thanks for having me.
Good. We're right in the middle of it. The draft is just recently in the rearview mirror. Here come free agencies and trades. Giannis is on the move. Maybe Brown is next. Let's start with the draft, just because obviously that's big news here in Utah. If you were ruling the world and you were the GM drafting 1, 2, and 3, would the top 3 players have gone in the order they went, or did you see things a little differently? Would you have mixed it up?
Yeah, I probably would have mixed it up a little bit. I think AJ would definitely go number 1. I think AJ and Darren, they were battling back and forth all year long, and just the simple fact that AJ didn't have the cramping issue to worry about, you definitely take him number 1. Number 2, I would have taken Peterson, but at 3, I love Cam Boozer. Competed against his dad all my life from college and pro, but I would have went with Caleb Wilson. I just feel like he gives you a higher floor. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Carolina guy, but he's so much more athletic. He's such a better defensive player. He can switch pick and rolls. He gives you rim protection. He finishes strong, and sometimes Cam has a problem finishing over bigger guys. If you watched a lot of the Duke games, and he had to play against when he had to play against guys that were 6'10", 7 feet, that he couldn't bump out the way, he kind of struggled at times. So I probably would have took Caleb at 3.
So the Jazz did take Peterson, and there was that cramping issues. You know, BYU and Utah are in that league. I have a Wooden Ward vote, so I watched that team, Kansas. Everybody watches Kansas anyway. And when he played, man, he was electric. Particularly, we remember that BYU game in that first half. Wow, he was sensational. As a former player and knowing the grind that is involved in the NBA, and how difficult it is, what's your level of concern regarding the fact of the issues that he had in college?
I'm not really concerned because when I did my research on Darren Peterson, everybody to a man that I knew that I know that scouts basketball, they said the kid's a hard worker. So a guy that's been a natural hard worker doesn't all of a sudden start trying to load manage in college. Like, that's not even what load management is. He's load managing. No, like, to load manage, you have to, like, not play that day. So that's false. So when I did the research, I found out, the kid was a really, really hard worker. He just had these body cramp issues from trying to work too hard. He was taking creatine and trying to work out 3-4 times a day, and he just forced himself into these tremendous cramps. And I'm just thinking to myself, I still like that guy's game because when I watch him play, he scores the ball easy. I called his game versus UCF, and he only played in the first half of that game. But, man, it might have been the easiest 20 I've ever seen scored in college basketball. I'm just like, he looked like he's not even breaking a sweat. Yeah. And what made that game so special is he had been out for like 2 to 3 weeks prior. It was his first game back. And so I just think the sky's the limit for this kid. Legit 6'5" size, the combo guard. And then the biggest thing is if you go back and watch his high school tape, he's more of an on-ball point guard than he was at Kansas. Kansas, they had him playing off the ball a lot. And no disrespect to anybody, but it's going to come off wrong. But Bill Self didn't put that team together well for Darren Peterson. Like you can't have a point guard like Darren Peterson, have him play off the ball, and then don't have any shooters. They didn't have any wing shooters. They didn't have a stretch 4, stretch 5, nothing. That's why St. John was able to beat them the way they did. They just cut the paint off on him and forced him to pass the ball to guys that couldn't shoot. So when I look at Darren Peterson averaging over 20 points per game with the cramping issues, playing against older players in college basketball is really old now. Guys are 23, 24 years old, and then doing it with a roster that's probably not that good. No one on that Kansas team was getting drafted. Like, that tells you how good he is. Like, everything was actually set up against him. He had the cramps. He had the bad roster. He didn't have any shooting. He had to play a different style than what we're used to. This kid worked on his game so much, everybody thinks he's a natural shooter. Shooting was actually the part of his game that people were worried about the most coming into college. Utah has a great one. He is going to transcend that franchise.
Wow.
There are people here who think that Ace Bailey's trajectory is fantastic, and we've been told by some people that guy is going to be running the offense by February. That was before Peterson got drafted. And obviously Keontae George had the ball in his hands and made a big step forward. How would you prioritize splitting up, who starts the offense? I mean, once you get into the 24-second clock, all kinds of things can happen. But who starts it and how much of the time? How'd you rank those guys?
Well, I think it's going to start out with Darren Peterson, obviously, because he's the number 2 pick, and then it's going to be Keontae George. Keontae George was great last year. He's gotten better every single year. 13 points as a rookie, 17 as a sophomore. Last year, 24 points per game. The offense is going to be initiated by those two guys. Now, I know Ace Bailey has talent, but as long as those two guys are on the floor, that's where the offense is going to be initiated. Ace Bailey would probably be better served coming off the bench where you can use him as instant offense. Where one of those guys goes off the court and then you bring Ace Bailey in so that you can start running plays directly for him. Because if he's out there with Peterson and if he's out there with George and Jaren Jackson and can't think of the big fella's name.
Kessler.
No.
Marketing Kessler Jackson. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't couldn't think of marketing his name. Like, no, there's not going to be so many shots for Ace Bailey. That's a strong crew. Like, Utah's in a great position. This isn't your average number 2 team. This team has some real ballers. Most number 2 teams come in there. Yeah, we're 3. We don't have much talent. They have front court depth. They have a 24-point per game scored. Like, this team has some bodies. You got a nice young player, Bailey. I like this Utah team.
Yeah, for sure. That's what we were talking to him about, that coming in number 2, it's not a rebuild situation. They're expected to win. It's going to be exciting, particularly after 4 losing seasons in a row in which they were trying to get draft picks and all that stuff, but that's over now. And you spoke of Keontae George, and he's been able to make substantial improvement each year. What do young players need to do in the offseason, particularly in the summer, to make sure that their climb is still on an ascension rather than leveling off? Because it seems like there's so much more to come for all of these younger guys. So I'm just wondering how intense the summer needs to be.
Man, when you're a young player, it is essential that you continue to work on your weaknesses, and then you have to work on what you're going to be able to use. I'll give you an example. I remember one summer I was shooting, I've told this story before, I was shooting step-back jumpers. I was in Charlotte. And rest in peace, I played with a guy in college by the name of Jason Capel. And his father, Jeff, was one of the assistant coaches for Charlotte. And he pulled me to the side. He said, "Hey, Brendan." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Why are you working on step-back jumpers?" I said, "I'm trying to expand my game." He's like, "Yeah, but do you hit regular jumpers?" I was like, "A little bit." He was like, "Well, how many shots do you get a game?" I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "You play with Gilbert Arenas." He started running Antoine James. You think you got 4 or 5 step back jumpers a game for you to take? No. Well, then why are you working on that shot? That shot's not for you. He said you're better off working on your left hand jump hook. You'll get 3 to 4 of those off a game. I'm like, "You're right." So you need to work on for me, my weakness was my left hand, but then I needed to work on something that was more sustainable for me. We see so many young guys trying to work on everything. Like, yeah, I'm working on my tween, cross, and you're looking at them like, "Bro, you play with 3 all-stars. Ain't no tween, cross. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, bro. Like, listen, if you play for, you can name any team. If you play for the Philadelphia 76ers, Joel got to touch the ball, Maxey got to touch the ball, Edge Coleman, and Paul George. If you're a young guy working on in and out, spin, cross, hey, bro, you're working on the wrong thing. You better figure out how to play off those guys. That's what young guys need to do. If you're gonna be a marquee guy, work on your weaknesses for your marquee skill set. But if you're a role player, you need to work on what you need to get better at, but at the same time, what fits your team. Like Danny Green worked on hitting corner threes because guess what? He wasn't going to be able to go tween cross.
Good point.
Where do you think Jaylen Brown is going to end up, and what is the price tag? What should it be?
I mean, Jaylen Brown has definitely increased the price tag. I don't think there's any chance in the world that Boston can run it back with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I think that relationship has run its course. I don't think those guys dislike each other. I think it's just simply a difference of opinion of how things should be run. I think the organization and Jason Tatum wanted to go back to the old way. Jaylen Brown was like, no, I just proved to you that I don't have to be anybody's Robin. I just proved to you I could be Batman. And I think when you have that type of mindset to win a championship, everybody has to be pulling in the same direction. So you're not going to win if Jaylen Brown is trying to prove that he should be the team's leading scorer, and then Jason Tatum's over there trying to prove the same thing. It's not going to work. Maybe you do a package deal with New Orleans where you get, I don't know, maybe you get Queen back and Trey Murphy and something else, but I think that Boston will have to move Jaylen Brown. I don't think you can come back and honestly win because I don't think their two best players are going to be on the same page.
We shall see, huh? It'll be interesting. A.J. Dubonsa, now you have a little history with the Wizards there. You played there. Now, that's an interesting situation because they're a team that really that he's joining hasn't been on the floor much together with the Trae Young and Anthony Davis. Sarr came along a little bit last year. How do you think that AJ needs to be trying to fit in while still being able to assert himself?
I think that first and foremost, everybody needs to sit down and talk. Hey, what are we trying to do? What's our goals? How are we going to figure this out? What really happens, the teams that don't communicate well, this guy starts thinking one way, that guy starts thinking another way. You got to understand how are we going to go about winning. And at the start of the year, if you got AD and you got Trae Young and you got AJ, you got to figure out how do we go about the process because we know AD is still a all-star level talent. So is Trae Young, but let's not get it twisted. We know AD Dubonsa is the future. He is the future in DC. So there has to be this mixing and melting and meshing of offensive concepts and how we win games, and that takes time. But the biggest thing is communicating. It's like, hey, Trae, what do you like in this situation? And Trae doing the same thing. AJ, listen, in tight games, what plays do we want to run? How do we want to get to certain actions? And just figuring it out. But I really like this Wizards team. I think they're going to be underrated. I don't think a lot of people are really seeing them the same way I am. Maybe that's because I call games for them. Who knows? But I love Sarr's development. I love Sarr combined with AD. I think that's a solid defensive front line. Then you Trae Young. He didn't sign for $212 million because he can't play. You know, he's the same age as Austin Reeves, and people are acting like he's like 45. So Trae, I don't understand it. Trae Young's deal is the worst deal ever, but Austin Reeves' deal is good for the Lakers. Like, all right, whatever you want to do, but Trae can still play. I think you team up Trae with AJ, and then some of the young players last year like Trey Johnson, and some of the other young guys on this team. I think the Wizards are a sneaky team that can make the playoffs.
You said the Jazz had a strong crew. They have had a good team here multiple times, and then they look over and they're the Lakers. Are the Lakers about to put something together and be really good right when the Jazz are good again? Or do you think that Austin Reeves was good at a $30 million price tag, but I guess Detroit wanted him, so the Lakers had to go big, and they're going to paint themselves into a corner here? What is the Lakers' future?
No one can tell you the Lakers' future until you figure out how they're going to play defense. And that's going to be the problem. You have Austin Reeves. You have Luka Doncic. Okay, now we need rim protection and two-way guys to cover those guys up. If they figure out that problem, they'll be fine. If they don't figure out that problem, they'll be one of those teams that looks good in the regular season but doesn't get it done in the postseason. I'll give you this one for free. If you ever want to spot a fraudulent team in the NBA, look for the team that's really good offensively, but they're ranked like 25th defensively. That team's never winning. That team's never going to win. They'll win. They might win 50 games. They might finish 4th, 5th in the East or the West. But if you can't stop anybody, when these games slow down, when the officials allow that hand-to-hand combat like we were watching in the NBA Finals, when they start allowing the physicality to come back in the game and you don't have these defenders, you're in trouble. And the Lakers right now, they don't have enough defenders to cover up their two best offensive players' weaknesses.
You know, Brendan, I'm always fascinated how players, what they do when their career is over and they've had these, whether it's short or long, how they make the adjustment into what I would call real life. And it seems like, at least from the distance, that you made it in a smooth manner. How did you be able to figure out as you were growing older that you were going to use the game rather than let the game use you, and you've made this transition to where you are now, and you're an analyst and a commentator and all that, because it seems like you must have had some mental preparedness to be ready when that time came.
Well, first and foremost, where a lot of people struggle is basketball was what I did, is not who I am. I love it. But some people, when they step away from the game, they lose themselves because they're no longer hearing the applause. They're no longer playing in front of 20,000. So basketball, I never lost myself like that. I always loved the game, but it wasn't my whole identity. And then throughout that, it just came down to when I was ready to retire, I found something that I thought I was good at and that I liked, and I just stuck with that. And it was, hey, I always loved to talk the game of basketball. Even what these conversations that I'm having you are the same conversations that I have with my best friends on group chats. Like, yo, how good do we think Utah is going to be? Mm-hmm. How are the Lakers going to defend? Like, I found a way to take what I do on a normal basis and get paid to do it. And I love it. And I feel like I've never worked a day in my life. Mm-hmm. NBA, post-NBA, if you can find something that you like to do but it don't feel like work, that's the path. And so once I retired and I started doing analyst work, I was like, yo, this is the path. This is where I want to – this is where I need to be, because I can paint a picture with my words. I can tell you exactly what I see and why I think it will work or won't work. I won't be right all the time, but a lot of times my experience will lead me to be right, and I can give it to you in a way where it's not super complicated. And I just that type of style works well for me in this field, and I've been able to just hone my craft and perfect it year after year.
Do players talk to you about that? Do you see guys in the league who are, 28, 30, 32, getting pretty late in their career, quiz you on that? Or do you see guys, veterans, and you think, oh, it's going to be a bumpy road for this guy in a couple of years?
I think everybody's different. We're seeing, first and foremost, now that we have so much direct-to-consumer action, we're seeing so many more podcasts, so many more players are getting in this space because it's more jobs. It used to be, oh, man, if you weren't with one of the networks, that was it. But now it's like, hey, man, you got these podcasts that are doing well. You got Out the Mud with Tony Allen and Zach Randolph. Man, I never even knew Tony Allen could talk when he was in the league. He never got interviewed. Like seriously, when he was with the Celtics, it wasn't like, forget Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. We're gonna go interview Tony Allen. Like probably only the local people knew Tony Allen had that much personality. But Tony's great. Zebo is great. You got All the Smoke with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes. Jeff Teague is going to be known more for his podcasting than playing basketball. Guarantee it. Like, there's going to be kids in 5, 6, 7 years that aren't even going to realize that Jeff Teague really, really played and was cold and was an all-star, because he has such a platform with 520 and his friends and what they do from a podcast space. So right now, man, we have more players getting involved in that space than ever. And so you see certain guys, I can't tell you who's going to make it and who's not, because from a national stage, they really only want to interview the top 2 or 3 guys. So there's guys that can talk that you never knew could talk. Like, if you go look at I told Udonis Haslem, I said, bro, man, when you had that big old black mouthpiece in your mouth in Miami, I never knew you could speak this well. Like, Like, I never knew Udonis Haslem was this well-spoken and this well thought out, and that's why he's thriving in this space. So to answer your question, I can't even judge a book by its cover because so many of these guys have personality that you didn't even know have it because they don't get a chance to show it on a national space.
Brendan, it was great to have you on the air, share these stories, and get your thoughts on some of these moves in the NBA. Thanks for joining us, and continued good luck in your career.
Hey, man, appreciate you. Thanks for having me. And to all your listeners, hey, man, make sure you check out my Instagram, bwood_33, and also go to my other page, Tallest Tales. I'm giving you some of the best NBA stories out there, but I'm mixing them with animation. I guarantee you're going to love it. Also out on YouTube at These Tallest Tales. Tallest Tales, I'm telling you right now, is taking over some of the best content out there. Go check out some of the stories. I guarantee you're going to come back.
All right, we'll do it. Thank you, Brendan.
Appreciate it.
Brendan Haywood, 14-year NBA veteran, current NBA TV analyst and commentator, does college basketball too, and he's taking over YouTube. And there are tales out there, PK. You know that from being a beat writer.
Oh, yeah, these guys got stories.
There's stories.
Want to share them and then provide insight too. There's a place for that for sure, and they have that specialty. I like another guy saying he's not that concerned about Darren Peterson and all the other stuff, and that it won't happen in the pro level. That's what I want to hear. Now, obviously, I want to see it, and we'll get to that opportunity starting in October to see it.
DJ and PK, everything you missed in this show, next. Stay with us.
The Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson.
The Utah Jazz have found their future face of the franchise as Darren Peterson is on his way to Salt Lake City.
The BYU at Kansas game, he had 18 points in the first half. He was 6 of 8, had 3 steals. There was no question who the best player on the floor was.
Winning basketball is back in Utah, and the KSL Sports Zone will be with the New Look Jazz every step of the way. Your exclusive home of Utah Jazz basketball is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Ryan take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then in another clash of undefeated teams, Earl Clark and Coach Steven Jackson lead the DMV Trilogy against Montrezl Harrell, Coach Dr. J, and the Chicago Triplets. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays Monday on BET. Presented by iHeart.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Slacker Radio Headlines brought to you by Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan Wealth today, your local trusted financial fiduciary. Call them at 1-855-TRAJAN1 or visit the website at TrajanWealth.com. Just had Brendan Haywood on, Wizards announcer. Pretty pumped about the future of the Jazz right there. Upbeat PK on multiple fronts.
I think everybody is and should be. Why wouldn't you be? I mean, it's all going to come crashing down because the money is going to get to them in 2 years, right?
Money gets to everybody, but how much fun do you have in the meantime?
We're going to have a lot of fun, comparatively speaking, and then I think beyond comparatively speaking.
Compared to who?
Well, this last 4 years.
Oh, yeah. No, it's
so I'm
way
doing
more
two
fun.
things here.
It's way more fun than the last 4 years.
Compared to the last 4 years,
Yeah.
But also compared to anybody in the NBA. What level of competition can they provide against the very best of the NBA? I don't think it's out of the realm to think that they can compete with the very best in the NBA. Maybe not immediately, but this group has 2 years to grow together. And certainly Ace and Darren Peterson have several years. I mean, especially now that the guy got defeated out of some Senate race or something. Apparently that was a big deal. I missed it. You and Locke informed me on that. But beyond that, these guys are going to be here through the decade, are they not?
I would expect so. I mean, you never know.
Are they going to grow?
You never know the future, but the combination of their rookie deal and then as a restricted free agent, the club has the overwhelming advantage So, yeah, I would think into the 2030s. I mean, we're seeing it with Walker Kessler now. What's the market? And, And I think it was Haywood who just said, yeah, once they tell you they're going to match, maybe it was Locke. I can't remember which one of them was talking about it. Once the club says you're going to match, you
that
don't have much
alone
power.
is exciting.
Yeah.
Just those two guys growing together.
Mm-hmm.
Dream. The possibilities. The statues. 1 year apart. Grew together. Different time. I get it. But we're just talking in the short term. I'm not talking a 20-year run that those guys had. Maybe they do. Who knows? But they're going to be together for the next several years. And if they can mesh, why wouldn't you dream big? I don't see why not. And where does it go? Well, that's going to be fascinating to discover. The ride here has an opportunity to really be fun for the hardcore and the casual. And then if they win at the high level, the casual becomes the hardcore. He or she wants a part of that. So, yeah, I anticipate a lot of good times. And then the intrigue is what is going to be part of the fun, too. Where can this go? Eventually that will be answered, but that is still 4 or 5 years away. But that doesn't mean between now and then it's like, oh, here we go again. When are we going to start to win? No, because I think they will win to some level. They will have some level of success this year. And then it stands to reason that whatever it's like the hockey team. They came in last year, right? They competed for a spot. They didn't get it. This year they got it. They competed in the series. They didn't win it. Well, now the anticipation for next year, and all these hockey experts keep telling us this team is built to win for the foreseeable future. Well, I think you can say, without this group having played a game, that that's a logical expectation for the basketball team too. No?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think the money thing does loom as a problem out there, and I know that makes your skin crawl. You've made that clear. But I think the Austin Age quote has stuck with me. We're at a point in the NBA, and maybe they'll evolve away from it here in the next couple of years, but they've been at a point that the contracts have been more important than the talent, which that sucks because most of us are showing up for the talent. But the contracts and the salary cap and the luxury tax and all that has made owners draw a firm line in the sand. I think what's exciting about this team is, and we've been talking about it forever, it's becoming positionless basketball. And they have a lot of guys who play multiple positions on this team. And I think that as the money becomes an issue, some of the older, more expensive players, and so right now that's Markkanen at 29 and $45 million. Can Ace Bailey slide in at 3 if that becomes a problem? And, Jaren Jackson is the next most expensive guy, although he's a few years younger. Well, okay, if that's a problem, maybe Markkanen becomes the 4 and Bailey slides in at 3. So there are opportunities here to grow and move the pieces around on the chessboard, and who the heck knows how it's going to pan out. I mean, I'm counting on a lot from Ace Bailey when I'm talking like this. We'll see. It seems like it's possible.
Not unreasonable.
Right. It seems possible. And maybe it grows in. And maybe they'll figure the money out, and maybe they'll have the Jalen Brunson saying, hey, I'm going to take $100 million less to make this work. I mean, I would have never thought Brunson was going to do that, but there could be somebody out there now that's like, hey, I just saw Tom Brady do it, and I saw Brunson do it, and to Brendan Haywood's, there's a lot of chances to make money off the court that didn't used to exist, and maybe that works for somebody. Who knows? But they're not completely capped out, jammed in a corner with nowhere to go.
I go to the credit union because of Walker Kessler.
That's good, and UCCU appreciates that. Nice.
And heaven knows I had to take less money in the early days to satisfy you. You were the star.
That didn't take long to fix.
Yeah.
5 years. It was like a rookie contract, essentially.
Suck, man. And maybe ownership, they'll go into the third apron.
There is no third apron. To infinity and beyond. It's like Toy Story.
Why would that?
Hey, this is Ryan Smith's Toy Story 5.
Exactly.
To infinity and beyond.
I've been told I have to see that. So, we gotta go see a cartoon. Which, the others were good. They were fun. But yeah, who knows that he'd be willing to, if you're that close. I believe that it's worth thinking about, dreaming about, that aspirations for this club are pretty doggone high.
I think the other thing is that you have to pay a price before you win, but it does seem like all that's been shortened in this era of the NBA. And what was isn't anymore.
What are you looking at, the Spurs getting to the final?
I'm looking at how quickly the Spurs got to the final. I'm looking at how quickly the Thunder won it. I'll even go back to the Warriors, which I think is a different era in the NBA. But I think even the Warriors, I think
that particular group and the Warrior franchise has struggled for a long time. But
but that particular group, they got it together. And I have to go back and look, but I think Curry and Clay won it all in their second trip to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we have seen it speed up, and you can say it's more games, more AAU games developing, and the nature of the game has changed. There's more skill and less brute force, and you just had to let guys grow into their bodies so they could go in there and just slug it out in the paint with grown men. The 21-year-old just couldn't hang with the 27-year-old. And now it's a little different. I mean, it's not that the game isn't physical, and I think what Haywood said was spot on. They were reffing the playoffs differently when it got to the Western Finals and when it got to the NBA Finals. So you do need guys who can play in that environment, and that is really different than the way the game is refereed in January or March.
Oh, yeah, NBA playoffs versus any regular season, It is the most different sport that we have.
And I think that as much as things are changing and rules have changed and money's changed and styles changed, it was on full display. That has not changed. That was locked in this year in the finals. And in the conference finals in the West, there was a lot of hand checking. There was a lot of, and they couldn't foul everybody out. And they had a couple games where they called it. We had the 50 foul, 70 free throw game, and literally everybody complained about it. Everybody thought it was terrible.
The only punch in the face that's allowed in the regular season is in the WNBA against one player.
That was in the neck, not in the face. And they did hand out a suspension. But
one
nonetheless,
game?
I know it was one game. I was surprised.
One game?
Yep. And no foul called in the game. Hello. Hello.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I want to say.
Sam. It's Friday at 9:39. Mostly what you want to do is screw around. You're almost responsible there. By the way, that was an old record, the WNBA scoring record. Tied, not broken. So it was an old record.
Yeah, but you said it set a new record.
I'm wrong. I just corrected it.
But you don't set.
Tied a record.
Oh. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I have no idea who did it. You never said.
Marina Mabley. Former
what's her name?
Marina Mabley. Mabley. Mabley.
Oh, Mabley. Why can't you be true?
Plays for Toronto and came from Notre Dame.
Oh.
The Toronto Tempo.
Notre Dame.
I always notice the 50-point games. Always catches my eye.
Oh, yeah. You're a basketball junkie. You live and die this sport. Yeah, I mean.
Compared to you, maybe. But not compared to Locke.
Well,
Continuum.
Well, compared to the paycheck.
Locke's not listening to the show. I paused so he could play the drop. All right, anyway. No, it is too late now, dude. If you're only half paying attention. Come on, man. Okay, he's working on a thing. I understand.
Yeah, things, man.
Way more important than screwing around and playing drops with us on a Friday. Oh, we got to give free stuff away before the weekends?
Yeah, if you
Let's
two
get
would
on
pay
it.
attention.
Says the guy who's not paying attention at all. What are we supposed to give away? I don't even know.
It's on your phone, man.
Give away a blanket.
Look at your phone.
Okay.
And by the way,
paycheck is why I live in Utah. There it is. That took a minute.
Disgraceful.
Got to that later.
I live in this state to vote for state legislatures. That's what I live there. Man.
Caller 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE will win a lush American flag blanket celebrating the USA's 250th birthday from Minky Couture. Incredibly soft, the lush patriotic flag blanket is perfect for celebrating the season. This plush patriotic design is available in one size. It makes a cozy addition to summer gatherings, holiday decor, or everyday lounging. It has the flag design on both sides of the blanket for a complete look from every angle. Size to match a standard American flag. It also includes an exclusive America 250 Minky Couture label created to commemorate the nation's Quincentennial celebration. Pretty sure I've never said quincentennial before, but I guess that's 250 years. There you go. And you were criticizing my patriotism earlier, questioning it.
I've never questioned your patriotism.
Please, to even fly the flag on the 4th.
You voted, and I didn't even know that there was an election.
Maybe you didn't have anything to vote for in your district. There's that.
Even if they did, I wouldn't do it.
Should have mailed you something. It comes in a bright yellow envelope. It's hard to ignore. But I was playing with the flag golf ball yesterday.
What's my district?
Which I don't know. Which I conveniently...
What's your district?
I don't know that either.
I didn't think it did.
Well, they changed the numbers. I have no idea. I don't worry about that. I left that golf ball on the course. If anyone wants a patriotic golf ball, I left it out there for you on the 9th hole.
What do you mean you left it? Did you lose it?
Well, it might be down the hill in the creek underneath the trees on the right side of the 9th green, but you know.
Oh, okay. I got you. I see what you're saying.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's there. I went looking for it. I found like 8 other golf balls, but I couldn't find that one.
So in time, someone will find it.
Someone will find it if you want a patriotic golf ball.
I got a golf bag.
That's
half full of golf balls that I found.
Well, I'm getting there. I never understood why you did what you did, and now as I golf more and I pull out my golf balls, well, that's exactly why he does it. Now I totally get it. I need a bucket, and they're essentially free range balls.
Exactly.
I got one yesterday. It's got a crack, a gouge in it. I think it's not going to fly straight. Yeah. Free range balls.
Oh, I've probably got 500 in my garage.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Don't have to pay for a bucket of small balls. Just
right.
Take a bag and there you go.
It's a small bucket. Yeah. The balls are still the dimension. It's not a bucket of small balls. It's a small bucket of
golf balls. Yes. Sorry. Thank you for straightening that out. Well, you and your attention to detail. He said small golf balls? Yeah, they go farther. They got a nuclear reactor in the middle, and PK's banging it 400 yards down the fairway.
I knew a guy. He would joke. He'd mark his ball on the green, and then you pick it up and wipe it or put it in your pocket or whatever, or hold it, and then he'd replace it with a jumbo ball.
That's funny.
To have it would be a better chance to go in.
You got to tell it was amazing, and it's a course a lot of people play. Bonneville, Salt Lake City course. Were we on 13? I think we were on 13 when you told me you played with a guy who drove that green.
Oh, yeah.
Is it 13?
Parker Terry.
13?
10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, okay. 13. He drove the. Think about that. PK was playing with a guy who drove 13. He drove the green. Think of when you're standing there and you can't see the green. There's a slight little ridge, a little rise there. Yeah. You can't see over it.
He drove the green? Oh, jeez. He drove the green on 3, too.
3. Ooh. That's tough. There's a goalie in front of 3 that catches a lot of golf balls.
Not his drive.
Yeah. Not my drive either. Yeah. Catches my second shot.
I was happy I parred yesterday.
Yep. All right, DJ and PK, anything else you want to tell the people about the day in sports? No. The U.S. got beat, but they were already locked into their matchup in the next round and their spot in the bracket.
Was that a game, or are they just showing celebrities every 2 minutes?
They were. It's a world feed, so that Fox isn't controlling it. But they showed a lot of celebrities, and I didn't always think at opportune times like, hey, there's stuff going on. Not now. Wait for a goal kick.
Yeah, I don't think it was that big of a deal. It was a weird game.
It was a weird game. They didn't play the best starting lineup. They'll get their best 11 out there. Bosnia, Wednesday, 6 p.m. They'll play them in the 49er Stadium in Santa Clara. So Norway and France, the big game today, as we keep wrapping up group play here in different groups. Your Phillies going to hit another home run, win another game in the 9th inning. 3 days in a row, they've won the game with a home run in the 9th.
Bryce Harper, man.
Deep.
They were down 5, tied it up, and then he hits a 2-run bomb in the 9th. Oppo. That means left field for left-handed hitters. Oppo, velo. Got to shorten everything. He's a big moment player. Washington used to play there. They're booing him. Oh. I'll be watching Padres and Dodgers tonight.
Big series. Yeah. Padres are 9 games back now, but
There's a
something.
Chance to cut it to 6.
Get some momentum.
Yeah.
First round of the NHL draft tonight. Mammoth draft 19th. Our coverage starts at 4. The draft itself starts at 5. The guys will be live at JCW's in American Fork. Rounds 2 through 7. And tomorrow the NHL draft is in.
Yak will be there from 6
Buffalo.
to 8.
All right. Yak.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We're going to be having some fun tonight.
Going to learn some pronunciations of names that are hard to say.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of Eastern European names I'm learning right now. Great to learn Eastern European.
How are you with the French names like Desnoyers?
Desnoyer or Desnoyers?
Just had to give it the PK
I
there.
know. Do you remember the pause that Fulta used when you said that?
He locked up there for a minute while he straightened it out.
What?
Fulta's pretty good at playing along. He got it. He just needed a moment there. All right, DJ and PK, your feedback when we return. Stay with us.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Ryan take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then in another clash of undefeated teams, Earl Clark and Coach Steven Jackson lead the DMV Trilogy against Montrezl Harrell, Coach Dr. J, and the Chicago Triplets. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays Monday on BET. Presented by iHeart.
Join the KSL Sports Zone at JCW's in American Fork for the NHL Draft Roundtable. Today from 2 till 6 at 580 East State Street. The roundtable, but then the draft itself takes over. That's when you roll in, right, Yak?
Yes, sir.
You'll be there at 6. All right. Get on down there. JCW's in
Get some
American
wings
Fork.
or a burger and say hello.
Now you're talking.
How you doing?
No, you doing.
You going to come down?
No, we tripped to Life Fantastic on Friday nights.
Okay.
It's her night. You treat them right, dogs. I call you dogs because you are my dogs.
But you're looking at me. Dogs is plural. You mean him as well.
I'm talking to both of you.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you weren't making eye contact with him.
Well, I go here, then I go there.
All right. David Locke says Darren Peterson maybe turns out to be Donovan Mitchell special. What's your standard? Jody says if Darren Peterson is only Donovan Mitchell, the rebuild was a bust. That is a common thought. People want more.
You want more. I get that. But let's not downgrade Donovan Mitchell's ability to play basketball.
To be clear, Donovan Mitchell has been All-NBA first team once. He's been All-NBA second team twice. And he's now been to a conference final.
Yeah, he got swept.
They got swept. They haven't won a game in a conference final.
Darren Peterson's dimensions are bigger.
He is a 6'5" guy.
And what's his reach? 6'9".
I shouldn't be laughing. I like that, and it's important. But it's just the way you're saying it cracks me up.
Well, they always do that. And his reach is, his reach is 6'9". His reach is 6'9". Every time they say that, the emphasis is, the voice goes up.
Tim Lacombe likes to say, never forget how much a defense is a show and how much is presentation. You see these guys, they drop back and they stick their arms out, right? And it's just like, well, there's no space there. Now, maybe the guy's going to move and maybe he's not. Maybe he's a good defender, he's not. But you got to present yourself. And maybe you're just faking people out. But coaches everywhere are like, get your arms out. Get in the passing lanes. The 6'9" guy takes away a bunch of passing lanes.
It's like when you get confronted by a grizzly.
It is. It really is. You're right. It's some National Geographic special. The grizzly stands up and roars, and everybody runs down the hill.
And I know as a kid you were big into National Geographic.
Hey-o. See, I said special specifically to stick to the TV show because I knew you'd go to the magazine.
The magazine?
Stop. You know.
I don't know nothing.
That is such a lie. You are a liar.
I lived in the East Coast.
Lying liars.
I don't know what they did out your way.
Same thing, regardless of time zone. Do you want the Jazz to make a run at Jaylen Brown? Only if we can immediately extend him or it's a sign and trade. He is signed for 3 years.
Yeah,
but he is 29, and he could be really good till he's 34 or 35. So,
I would take him if I wanted to make the move.
You'd want him for 5 or 6 years.
No, I would take him for 3.
Okay,
and take my chances. If this place is where people are crying to not be traded, and when they are traded, they cry and they tell you they'll come back in an instant.
That's Ryan Smith on a national interview a couple days ago.
And I have no problem with him saying that.
No.
Then I like my chances of being able to re-sign him.
Yep. I totally get it. You say it so people's going to be sarcasm and anger and all that, but you're 100% going to buy it. They do.
Sarcasm and anger.
PK was cracking on him. No, the whole point is if all these people like it here, you ought to be able to re-up him.
That was the point.
I know. But the way you said it, I could just hear people like...
Sarcasm and anger?
Mm-hmm.
And a tender, loving voice like mine?
Which one? Pick one. A tender, loving voice or your voice?
Sarcasm and anger.
Choose one.
My goodness. Is that the way I'm viewed?
That's the way you were selling yourself on like the fourth tee yesterday.
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I was talking about.
Sarcasm and anger.
I'm hated by everyone, especially my family. Whack! 235 right down the middle.
Come on. Sarcasm and anger.
Yeah.
Jeez. Those are two of my best qualities.
Oh, man.
I like to think of tenderness and compassion. That's what I'm going to have on my tombstone. Tenderness and compassion.
On your mausoleum.
Not that anybody would come and lay a flower by me, so it's really pointless anyway.
In the end, nobody goes to any of them. In the end, everybody who would go is dead, too.
I go to my father-in-law's once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Green Hills, right on Western Avenue in Rancho Palos Verdes.
We were traveling.
Same cemetery as George Allen.
We were traveling for soccer, and Montreal is French for Mount Royal. And so when
your kids played soccer in Montreal?
No, Real Salt Lake did. And you walk up this huge staircase that takes you up, and it's this hill. It wouldn't be a mountain if you're from Utah, but it is
something
there.
similar in San Francisco.
And you can look over the river, and it kind of curves around, so it's a place to build a fort and all that. And off the back of it is a massive cemetery, and there are all
See what
these,
I got us into, Yuck?
Yeah, there are all these mausoleums and headstones and crypts that go back to the 15th.
Crypts? How about Bloods?
We're ending Friday on this, though?
Yes, we are.
Why?
Because it's fun.
No.
So you had to see it.
Cut his mic.
It was totally spooky.
Jake Scott is going to walk in and quote something to me that I hear all the time.
It was totally spooky. It was like a movie set, right? Except in real life.
Hang on, spooky.
And Danny's like, it's really quiet. There's nobody around. Like, everybody who would have visited, people from the 1600s, all gone. It's going to be quiet. Nothing around.
Well, if we're here Monday, we'll start it up again.
No, I don't want to say that. No, I don't think you want me going there.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I hope you're not here Monday.
No. I was talking about your soon-to-be guaranteed future is what I was going to talk about.
We shall see. I intend to be here Monday. As we ramp up to the Summer League and sprinkle in some football. And see who the Mammoth drafted.
Yes. It's less than 2 weeks now to Big 12 Media Days, right?
Yeah.
It's a week and a half.
It'll be a week from Tuesday.
A week from Tuesday, yeah.
All right. Basketball draft, hockey draft, NBA free agency, and Big 12 Media Days. Mm-hmm. That's the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a 3-week span. 1 week down, 2 weeks to go in that little stretch run of
looking forward to
stuff.
all of it. Yeah.
And the Phillies homer in the ninth for the fourth straight day.
We'll see.
All right. We're out of time. Coming up now, it's Scotty G and the coach, Tim Lacombe. Stay with us.
Playing mobile games and not getting rewarded for it is a thing of the past. Why haven't you switched yet? If you're going to spend the time playing, you should be earning rewards doing it. With Misplay, you play what you love and earn points for gift cards and more. Plus, you can enter the Missed Play sweepstakes for your chance to win tens of thousands of dollars in cash, bundles, and gift cards every week. So yeah, keep playing games. Just maybe get rewarded for it? Download Missed Play today and enter for your chance to win.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Ryan take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then in another clash of undefeated teams, Earl Clark and Coach Steven Jackson lead the DMV Trilogy against Montrezl Harrell, Coach Dr. J, and the Chicago Triplets. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays Monday on BET. Presented by iHeart.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.